Hi friends, this is Cole Chance, YOGATX. We're on day 5, and today we're going to speed things up a little bit and just get some energy going. And I wanted to introduce you to Ujjayi breath, and that is a breath that helps to heat up the body and heat up the practice. And it's going to be kind of like a Darth Vader voice, or you can think of the sound of the ocean in the voice. So be inhale and exhale through the nose. I don't know if you can hear me doing that or not, but I'm having the tongue kind of at the roof of my mouth. Some people like to have it in the front, some people like to have it in the back, but somewhere that's comfortable for you. And it kind of creates a filter for the inhale and the exhale, and it starts to build internal heat. So let's try that through this practice. So it should be audible enough so that if you were practicing next to somebody that they could hear you. But just another way to work with our breath as we are moving, yeah? All right, we're actually gonna start standing. So let's get up. Find mountain pose. So you can rock back and forth, side to side on the feet, finding the 4 corners, lifting up the toes, lifting the arch, and then setting back down. Go ahead and close the eyes here, and I'll just scan through the cues for mountain pose. So starting at the feet, lifting the arches. Now lifting the kneecaps up. That will engage the thighs. Pulling up on the pelvic floor and engaging the belly. So pulling the belly in. Notice if the ribs, the bottom ribs are splayed out. Knit those together as well. You should have a natural curve in the low back. Roll the shoulder blades down the back as if the traps can kind of waterfall down the back. Palms are facing forward. And maybe move the chin back about an inch. We tend to kind of hold our chin out. Everything's in front of us. So maybe move it back an inch, half inch, and see how that feels. So let's take a couple rounds of breath here. So starting that Ujjayi breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's bring hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift, grab the left wrist with the right hand. We'll take the left foot back and bend our knees. So it's kind of like a little curtsy here, yeah? Pull up on the left hand and then reach over to the side. So we're getting this long side stretch here. So you can keep a little buoyancy in the legs. Full inhale here. Exhale, bending the knees deeper. And inhale, we'll come back to mountain pose. Let's go other side. Inhale, reach up, grab right hand, step back, bend the knees, and start to lean over towards the left. Find some buoyancy in the legs. Big side body stretch. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Another inhale here. Exhale, bend deeper. And inhale, come up to center. Nice. Let's take hands, and I'll turn around so you can see this. Instead of just grabbing the arms like this, we're actually going to interlace the fingers and make kind of a circle with the arms. So I'm gonna isometrically drag the fingers away from each other, but I'm keeping the grip, but that's bringing my shoulder blades closer together. Can you see that? So that's the action that we're going for. Now start to bend the knees, so the back is really active here. Start to bend the knees, then bend at the hips, and reach over. So keeping that circle energy here, trying to pull the fingers away. Another inhale. And exhale, release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to floor or hands to shins, creating a little bit of cobra in the back. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, bring belly in, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Bring feet together, hands to heart center. And inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, find length from tail to crown. And exhale, plant hands, step back, plank pose. The heels are shooting back, the shoulders are away from the ears, fingertips are wide and strong, belly is in. Shift forward on the toes. You can drop the knees or leave them up, and we'll come into chaturanga. So it'll look like this, or it'll look like this. Elbows are in. Tuck the toes. Come into upward dog, or this is low cobra. Low cobra, knees are bent, thighs are on the floor. Exhale, downward dog. So you can come through child pose or come straight into downward dog. So pushing the ground away here, bending the knees just a little bit to send the sit bones high, letting the back of the legs breathe. Another inhale here, feel the back body rise, and an exhale, feel the chest sink towards the ground. Inhale, gaze towards the front of the mat. Step or bend the knees and hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Again. Inhale, lift. Come back into the breath, the Ujjayi breath. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back. Inhale, toes. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, belly in. High cobra or up dog. Up dog, only the feet and the hands are touching. Chest pulling through. Exhale, lift hips, downward dog. Drink the breath in. Release. See if you can pull up arches of the feet as you inhale. Exhale, sink the outer pinky edge of the foot lower. Again, in and out. Gaze towards the top of the mat. Step or jump, hips high if you're jumping. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Are you warming up a little bit? Let's go one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, bow forward. Check back in with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose. Set up your pose on an inhale. Come to toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale. Good. Notice how your downward dog is getting a little more open each time we come here. Try bringing the hands together, not actually moving them, but isometrically moving them together, and see if that changes and if that feels more stable to you. Some just different little cues that work for some and not for others, so take what works. On an inhale, let's lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Notice if the chest comes all the way open, you want to really push down into that right hand to push the chest back down towards the ground. Let's take some hip circles here, about 2. And then straighten the leg. Pull the toes down, flatten the sacrum. We'll inhale here. Exhale, knee to chest. Push the ground away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the knee to the right elbow. Again, pushing forward, pulling forward and pushing the ground away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come all the way through. Plant the foot, or maybe you need to bring the foot up. Finding a little buoyancy as you pull the right hip back, and we'll come up in to crescent lunge. So the back of the heel is up, pulling back on the right hip and drawing forward on the left hip. You can think about wrapping the glute around to the front, pulling back on the right hip crease. Inhaling here. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Let's open up to the right, really pulling back on the right hip crease as you do so. Drop the right hand, exalted warrior. Inhale, back to center. Open up, warrior two, sink low. Pulling up on the back arch, really strong and long through this back foot. Belly's in, shoulders are right over hips. We tend to come forward, so really check in with that there. Let's lift the front heel. That sinks the front thigh. Drop it back down, arms out. Waterfall the shoulder blades down the back. Fingertips, arms strong. Inhale, let's bring both arms back. And then exhale, we'll come forward for extended side angle. Notice I'm not collapsing here. I'm pushing the elbow into the knee, and actually I'm not even having a lot of weight here, but I'm wanting to create this big triangle of space. Arm is coming up, I'm rolling the chest open. It can help to put the hand behind the head, push the head back into the hand. I think that's really nice. Or even putting the hand to the heart and spinning the heart open. Whichever version feels good to you. Let's come back up, warrior two. And so let's go through that again with breath. So let's exhale deep into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, both arms back, long line here. And exhale, extended side angle. Let's cartwheel the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Pedal it out here. Come up onto the toes and let's bring the heels to the right side and bend the knees. Get a side body stretch. And then come back up to the toes. Bring heels to the left, bend the knees. Look to the right. Come back to center. All right, left side. Inhale, we lift. Bend the knee, open the hip. Really push into the left hand here so that the chest isn't spinning open. We want the chest still coming down, like downward dog here. Let's take a couple hip circles. Notice where your breath is. It's hard for me to keep ujjayi breath when I'm talking, but keep yours, if you can, keep coming back to it. Building that heat. Toes pointed down. Inhale, length. Exhale, knee to chest, push the ground away. So I'm getting a dome in the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, length. Exhale, step it through, plant the foot. So here I'm going to start pulling up on the pelvic floor, finding buoyancy and stability. I can wrap the right glute around, pulling back on the left hip crease. Arms go up, collarbone spreads. Maybe you have the arms a little bit wider to create a little more room for the neck, depending on how tight you are. Let's inhale, open to the left, pulling back on the left hip. That's what's helping to create the twist here. Drop the left hand. Exalt the warrior. Let's open up. Come back to crescent, and then open up, warrior two. So, kind of going through again all the little cues. pinky edge side of the back foot is planted down, back arch is lifted. Kneecap is lifted. This is like Tadasana in the leg, how we did Tadasana while we were standing, mountain pose. Think mountain pose in this back leg, all of those same actions. I'm sitting low. Let's lift the heel to drop the hip, drop that back down. And notice that the knee is in line with the toes. They're not coming in. It wants to do that, but pulling back here. So you can think from the outer knee to the outer hip that there's a chain here, and you could pull it all back. So just pulling back on that line there. Shoulders waterfall down the back. Arms strong. Inhale, finally. You're like, come on now. Straighten the arms back. So long line from hand to foot. You can have one arm down if you'd like. This is a little bit more, this engages the core more. And then we'll come around, extended side angle. So again, I don't have a lot of weight on the knee, but I'm definitely not collapsing down. So this is what we tend to do because we're wanting to like, take a break right here. But we're still wanting to engage everything. This is just helping with stability. Shoulders rolling back, arm up and over. And again, like I said, you can have the hand behind the head. I think this is really nice to push the head back. And again, you could check in with this left hip crease, pulling it back as well. There's always some adjustment to be made. So let's go back through that. So warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Beautiful. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. And we're gonna send both of the heels over to the right, and we're gonna open up into side plank. So side plank, you can come here, or you can drop this knee. So it's accessible for everyone. So I'll show one side each way. So we're gonna bring the arm up by the ear. So inhale will be here, long inhale. Exhale, we'll bend the knee, sink the hips low. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. And then inhale all the way around, plant the hands, plank pose. Push back, down dog. Take a full inhale here. Exhale. Let's drop the knees. Come into puppy pose for a moment before we come to the other side. So you can come into child's pose here, knees wider, knees together, or you can come into puppy pose, and that'll be hips high. Either forehead on the ground, chest sinking, or sorry, that was chin on the ground, or forehead on the ground. Wherever you are, about 2 more rounds of breath. Coming back into the Ujjayi breath, that strong Ujjayi breath. Feeling it move through the body. And then come back into downward dog. Let's pull forward, plank pose, strong plank. Heels to the left this time. Open up, side plank. Inhale, arm by the side. Exhale, bend the knees, hips sink. Inhale up. And I kind of follow the hand with my vision, but you don't have to, it's just an option. Inhale up. So kind of rainbowing over, I'm lifting hips high. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way around to plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Let's gaze towards the hands, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Let's separate the feet, grab opposite elbows. Bend one knee, and then bend the other knee. Beautiful. Feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll put it all together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, we'll spin it open to the side, so knee up, knee down. Inhale, arm by the ear. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we'll just do 2 this time. So let's spin back around to plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lifts the right leg. Exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, spin open. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. That takes a lot of core to do the spinning, so always pull up on the pelvic floor. Inhale, a reverse triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Cartwheel down. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Feeling all the energy moving in the body. Coming back to breath, 1 more in. And out. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back. Downward dog, oh, chaturanga, I'm sorry. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, heels to the left, open up. Arm by the side. Exhale, bend knees, sink hips. Inhale up. And 1 more time, exhale. Inhale, come all the way around. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lifts left leg. Exhale, step it all the way through. Engage the belly here as we rise. Twist. Inhale, exalt. Exhale, pulling up on the belly as you open. Warrior 2, sink low. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Cartwheel, hands down, step back, downward dog. Knees to the ground, child's pose. Hands long, wrap the hands back towards the heels.
Feel the inhales expand the torso 360 degrees. Start to notice the way the difference that the way the body feels than when we first began. If you'd like to start to make your way back up, you can come to a seated pose. You're welcome to kind of cut me here and take the Shavasana if you'd like, and I'll just close out right here. Sometimes it's really nice to go into corpse pose Shavasana right after building a lot of heat, because you can really feel all that reverb in the body. But we can sit right here and feel it as well. So please take some time, longer than when I'm with you, just at this moment, to sit and notice and to feel and become aware of all of these sensations in the body. But I will leave you here. Thank you all so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Cold chants, YOGATX. Your knees here, and sit your hips back. We'll walk our arms out. And your hips may not come all the way down. You may be more like this, and that's fine too. So whatever feels good to you. But walk your fingertips out so we're opening up underneath this, underneath your armpit.